Trump's possible shift in big tech antitrust, could Google and others get a break? As speculation grows around Donald Trump's return to office, experts believe a major shift in U.S. antitrust policy could be on the horizon, potentially sparing Google from drastic regulatory action. With Trump's approach emphasizing fairness over breakups, big tech giants such as Google, Apple, Meta, and Amazon may face a more moderated antitrust landscape. What's at stake? Under President Biden, antitrust policy has been aggressive, targeting tech companies in an effort to curb monopolistic practices. The Department of Justice DOJ is already engaged in two key cases against Google, one on search dominance and the other on advertising. Potential remedies include Google being forced to divest parts of its business, like the Chrome browser, and end agreements that make it the default search engine on Apple devices. However, these cases might proceed differently if Trump were to steer policy, especially considering his recent comments questioning the effectiveness of breaking up Google. Trump's possible stance suggests a focus on ensuring fair practices without dismantling companies, a perspective he shared at a recent Chicago event. If his administration does pursue adjustments, it could significantly impact how these antitrust cases evolve. Impact on DOJ and FTC strategy. A Trump-led DOJ could influence ongoing trials and change the course of proposed remedies. Experts like William Kovacic, a former Federal Trade Commission FTC chair, highlight that Trump's appointments to these agencies could create a major shift in focus from breakups to negotiated fairness adjustments. Additionally, if confirmed, Trump-appointed replacements at the FTC might reshape merger policies by scrapping stringent guidelines put in place during the Biden era, which has faced criticism for being overly restrictive on mergers and acquisitions. Biden's FTC, led by Chair Lina Khan, has prioritized mitigating corporate consolidation, earning praise but also facing criticism for an overly aggressive stance on big tech. With Trump in office, these priorities could shift, potentially scrapping merger review guidelines and reversing bans on certain non-compete clauses, providing more flexibility to U.S. businesses. The FTC has already faced a court challenge on its ban, and Trump's DOJ might choose not to defend it, benefiting companies and workers impacted by non-compete agreements. What this means for U.S. workers. The FTC estimates that around 30 million Americans, or about 20% of the workforce, are impacted by non-compete clauses. If Trump's administration relaxes the FTC's policies, many of these restrictions may be lifted, giving employees greater flexibility to change jobs and negotiate terms. This shift could align Trump with business advocates who argue that non-competes harm employee freedom and innovation. Big tech and Wall Street's perspective. For Wall Street, a Trump presidency may signal relief from restrictive merger guidelines. As legal experts note, the Biden administration's 2023 merger guidelines were challenging for companies looking to consolidate. By returning to a more lenient review process, Trump's approach could be welcomed by financial markets eager for growth in mergers and acquisitions. Although Trump is not expected to entirely eliminate antitrust enforcement, his approach may allow tech companies to operate with fewer constraints, fueling innovation and growth. This policy shift could reframe the balance between regulation and business freedom, impacting the tech sector's future and the wider U.S. economy.